What's going on, friends? Mortgage Mark here. Let's talk about what's happened over the last week. As usual, ton of stuff, a lot to cover. Let's get into it. So here is my screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing and we can play together. First of all, my reminders. But going on to this, guys, rates are about a full point lower, and truthfully, they're even a lot lower than that in some cases compared to last year. So there are a lot of refinances going on right now. So that's good for the mortgage folks and for you watching that maybe could save some few bucks on your mortgage. The next round of the payment protection program, the $2.2 trillion that was passed 3 weeks ago from the government, they actually ran out of money. The initial $350 billion that went to small businesses, money got gone like that. So within just a week and a half, 2 week time period, the money was gone. They're just about to pass it. It just got approved last night. So it's in the final stages for another $484 billion. To help small businesses. We'll talk more about that in a second. By the way, the FHFA, that's kind of the governing body of the mortgage world for Fannie and Freddie. They've helped us out on the forbearance piece. I'm not going to go into a lot of details because we got more interesting stuff. The point is, at least the mortgage world is starting to get a little help from the government. Things are starting to calm down a little bit, so that's always good. There are 6% of mortgages right now that are in forbearance. Forbearance is not good. We've done other videos to talk about why. Check that out if you think, or if you think you might, or you know somebody that might think about forbearance. I highly recommend you to watch the videos. Try not to do it if you can help it. As far as mortgage-backed securities team, green is good. Higher on this chart means lower rates. You can see the volatility here in the middle of the page where it was, $50 billion a day coming in and out of mortgages from the government. Well, if you notice the last week or two, the Fed's been doing a good job of being pretty steady Eddie. I will say this week, you've seen them pull back to where they were last week doing like 10 to 11 billion. Now they're doing 9 to 10, and that's getting slower and lower and lower. And that's making rates just inch just ever so slightly up a little bit. So it's to the point now where we're probably going to be locking in refis that we had out there because I don't want to risk the Fed pulling out too much. This chart just shows the balance of what mortgage-backed securities on the Fed's book. You can see how in the last week or two, it's been a significant uptick. Builder sentiment, this page is pretty boring. It's just for my own reference, but builder sentiment, 50 is kind of like the status quo. Anything above 50 is good, and they foresee positive growth. It would drop from 42 to 30. So in other words, the builders out there don't have this rosy forecast of things in the near future. This is the S&P. It's unreal, guys. It's rallied about 28% over the last few weeks, or last month, basically, since hitting that bottom. We'll see if there's a pullback, but holy smokes, that's amazing to see. I don't know if you know this, if you've been keeping up, freaking blew my mind. This week, oil went to negative. So let's explain that real quick. Negative $37 a barrel. So first of all, I didn't know how much a barrel was in terms of the actual amount. It's about 42 gallons. So guys, I can fill up my car twice with 42 gallons. This week, a barrel of gasoline went to negative $37. So if I produce some oil, I'm literally paying you $37 for this barrel to own it, to keep it. Let me say, so again, when oil's 20 bucks a barrel, somebody's buying it from me and I'm getting 20 bucks in exchange. I can't get rid of it. Not only can I not get rid of it, I got to pay somebody to take it. And the reason why, guys, there's just the demand for oil right now. It's supply and demand. There's a lot of supply. Russia, Saudi Arabia are just pumping oil out over and over. And we in turn can't shut our wells off fast enough. And likewise, I'm not driving, planes aren't flying, nothing's happening with oil. There's zero demand for oil right now. And so this supply comes up and where they put these things to hold the oil, they're getting full. So if you got a swimming pool, maybe empty it and buy a couple barrels of oil because it is crazy. They're literally paying you $37 to fill up your car twice is basically the equivalent to this. So it is maddening, it's crazy. But this was a paper piece. In other words, the cost of oil, it's real oil. Like somebody's still going to do something with it. So the next day it gets fixed, and but it's the price. You can see here, prices went down to negative 37 bucks, but they are projecting June and November to go back to the $20 to $30 a barrel. But that was just a whole bunch of people had contracts out there and they just realized they have nowhere to put it. And so they had to just get rid of it. And that's why they ultimately paid somebody else 37 bucks to take the oil. You know, it's another that tells you what we're in crazy times. Hospitals, they're going bankrupt. States potentially could go bankrupt. States because of unemployment. All these people coming in filing unemployment, the states don't have enough reserves to have this many people come in all at once. Hospitals, think about this, all the elective procedures where private insurance or cash, ends up to where people don't have that money to pay it. That's a huge source of income for them. And I talked to a surgeon. He's like, dude, I'm not getting paid right now. And times are tough. Now he's a surgeon, so it is what it is. But still, it's amazing how that's happening. And lastly, what blew my mind, check out the headline: Iowa livestock producers may have to euthanize their pigs. I'm like, wait, people still got to eat. And I talked to somebody who's in the meat packaging business, coincidentally, just yesterday. Guys, restaurants, like there's two different supply chains here. So if I'm a pig farmer and I'm going to sell this one to commercial and this one to like the grocery store, that when pigs hit a certain weight, they got to be sold and they got to be put into meat. But piglets are still coming back behind them to fill, and all of a sudden I don't know where to put these people, put all the pigs. Same for corn. I was like, why would corn prices go to like 50% lower than what they were? Well, corn's used for ethanol and for gas and feeding livestock and things like that. So everybody's trying to contract. It's just amazing how COVID's impacting so many things that just everyday life. I think, well, no way the hospitals or even dentists out there that are having troubles, because you're a dentist, you think everything's fine and great. Well, again, they can't work. It's just absolutely crazy. So this is just showing that Texas is up there in the top, whatever this is, top 10 as far as burning through cash for unemployment numbers. Not good, obviously. Right now, we're really close to being that 20% unemployment with 20-something million people in a matter of 3 weeks went unemployed. And all of a sudden that's coming to where we could see 20, potentially even 37%, or pardon me, 20 to 30% unemployment here in the near future. Here's the survival time for small businesses. Check it out. Most small businesses get lumped in for the 1 to 2 months of how long they can survive. I mean, think about that, guys. Look at this. It's 35 plus 15. You're talking 50% of businesses can't survive longer than 2 months under these conditions. Hence the economic plan. But I can tell you right now, I know a lot of folks that don't have the money yet, and the stimulus bill is not here and the checks aren't in the mail. Clock's ticking. It's a scary thought. Here's who's hiring. I thought this was amazing. Good for us mortgage and real estate folks. Apparently we're hiring, even though we're all stuck in our house and can't show homes. Apparently we're hiring. Who knew? Unemployment rate, it's bad. We talked about it. S&P, it's amazing. The forward PE means what kind of they think the projections are going to be. I think it's asinine to think that it's way up here compared to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They're thinking it's going to be great. I just don't see how. Unemployment, we talked about it. It's bad. Check out this. For the PPP, the Payment Protection Plan, here's who's getting the money. It's the middle of America for some reason. They're just on it. Good for them. The dollars approved. Here's the average loan sizes. There's some big ones getting put out there, team. Like, look at this. That's amazing. Here's the percentage of the approvals. There's a lot more small businesses getting the money, which is a good thing. It's what it should be. But as far as the dollars given, I just found these charts pretty interesting. Loan lenders, buybacks. This was interesting. Companies since 2008. Basically, the companies are buying back their own stock, and that's really the true buyer of stock. Everybody else, us, you and me, the individuals, the hedge funds, whatever, Wall Street, it's almost a net zero. Isn't that amazing? All the stock bought and sold in the stock market, the only true net buyers have been the companies themselves. That's just neat. I mean, you got to admit that's just neat. Tankers, again, guys, goes back to they're literally just filling up boats and letting them sit out in the sea with all this oil because they have nowhere else to put it. Euthanize their pigs. I think we're getting redundant. Inflation, nobody cares. Here's the largest export, Texas, God love us. Oil's a big deal, which is why we're hurting. Check out all the states in blue with airplanes and cars. I thought that was fascinating. That's their biggest export. Who knew? Amazon, last one, guys. If you got some workout equipment you're not using, sell it. Check out the searches for all the at-home workout stuff. That's crazy. Go for it. Make some money. Anyway, team, as always, we genuinely appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any questions, just let us know. And as always, forward, share, subscribe, all that crap. No, I'm just kidding. Just, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.